Hello agents, welcome back. We're going to do a quick tutorial on how to send multiple signature requests. So we're going to pull up the exclusive right of listing sale agreement and we're going to pretend to send it to two different people for signature. Um, so when you have multiple people on that signature request, this is how you do it. And you notice they have changed this a little bit, but it still works exactly the same. Request signature button here in the blue. Click on that. And you'll notice here, this top portion gives you the instructions. So you're going to start a signature request with the green button. You're going to select and put in here the first signer on the contract. So whoever you've listed first on the contract. So we're going to do here John Smith. And you're going to select here in these boxes seller signature, and then here as well, seller initials if they opt out of advertising, and seller initials agree to arbitration. Make sure it's seller initials, not seller initials 2 or broker or anything like that. You want to make sure that you're matching it up with the first seller. Then you will click next. If you want them to have the access to change anything in the purple lines like we've discussed before, that's where you would check it. I usually don't. And then select your email address. We're just going to send it to me for right now. If you want to add any comments here, you can. Then you'll just hit next. And notification, you want to be notified and you'll request your signature. Okay, so you've sent a first signature out. Now you want to do a second signature because you have a spouse or a second seller on the property. So you'll see that the active signature request is out for John Smith. Here in this box, you don't resend this request because that would be sending it to him for his signatures. So you want to start a new signature request, which is right here. Now you're going to select signature seller signature 2 all the way across the board for whatever they need to be signing, and you're going to put their name in. So Jane Smith. And you want to make sure whenever you're putting the signer's name in that it's the name that is on the contract, because that prompts them to sign that way. And you'll click next, and then you'll pick that email address that's for Jane, or even if it's the same email address, that's fine, because in the subject line you'll notice it says signature request for Jane Smith. The other one said signature request for John Smith. So it's very specific in the subject line, even if you're sending it to the same email address. Then you'll click next, and you'll notification and request. So now you'll see as you scroll down that you have an active signature request for John Smith, an active signature request for Jane Smith, and you can see if they visited, if they've signed anything or initialed anything. This would be also the place where you would come if the seller didn't see the request in their email. You can then resend the request, or perhaps they've decided to come in to sign it in person and you don't need the electronic signature request anymore, so you can cancel the request here. So once you cancel the request, if they do open that email, it will go to a dead link, not allowing them to cancel or to sign. So it just cancels the request. They're not able to sign electronically at that point. Again, if they get lost, or if they couldn't find it, or they accidentally deleted it, you can send this request this way. And you can also copy this link, which brings them to the signature request this way. You probably wouldn't need that at any point, but it is there if you do need it. So that is the basics of how to do multiple signature requests. This would be the same thing if you're going to do a third or fourth, if there's seller 3. Or even for broker signature, you can click on the broker signature and initials and send it to Maria Sirocco. She's defaulted in all of your app files, so the email address is in there. And you can send them all out. On a listing agreement, always send it to the broker to get those signatures. Those are important. That's who really the listing belongs to, is the broker, and that approval has to be put on there. So please do that. And then just a quick review. You see here, this is the signature request we have active. There's a little penman kind of icon here next to it, noting that we have a signature request out on that property. You can click on it, open it, go to the current signature request tab. You can see any active requests, and you can start a request. And that's the basic gist. Thank you for joining me for this quick tutorial on multiple signature requests.